Much more efficient.
That's why people do
it's
rehearsals.
Like the early days of Hollywood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Actually. All good? Yeah. Great. Hello and welcome to another episode of Media Snack Meets. Today I'm joined by Frances Ralston-Good, who's the CEO in the UK for Hearts&Science, which is the newest Omnicom agency, correct?
That's correct, yeah, we're a global network, yeah. Good,
so tell us about Hearts&Science, because there's a great kind of mystery, right, around this business.
What is there to tell about Hearts&Science? So Hearts&Science is the third global network from OMG Group, but what excites me about it is it's about audiences, plain and simple. So understanding them, what they do, how they behave, how clients can gain advantage from understanding their audience better than their competitors do, bringing that to bear across the whole marketing mix, including media.
Yep.
So for me, it's very exciting because over 20 years in media, you see these new environments evolving, and now we've come to realise those are fabulous insight sources, not just environments to place advertising. So for us, it feels a bit like there's a whole landscape of new news about customers that we can unearth. So yeah, it's pretty exciting actually. Yeah.
And how long have you been launched in the UK?
We've been going for about 8 months. We have been, I guess, soft launch is the way that you would put it, because a lot of our capability requires deep kind of technology and data capability, so that we can bring simple solutions to bear, but it's quite a lot of heavy lifting involved, so we needed to make sure that was all fully operational before we push out fully into the UK market. But we're ready for action now.
Good. And people might have, maybe when they first heard about Hearts&Science, was in the US, because it became very famous very quickly for winning Procter & Gamble's media assignments in the whole of the US, right? In a kind of spectacular steal away from Publicis at the time. I mean, how's the UK? Is it the same proposition that's being kind of rolled out into the UK?
Yeah.
And you know, what is this something that's been kind of exported? What's the relationship between the kind of the US business and the UK?
We are absolutely the same business. We are founded on a common philosophy, and the thing about it actually, and talking to you, I've come to realise this now, is the flexibility of it. So in terms of the single guiding principle is understanding audiences across all channels, and then it's effectively up to you in your market, or even as an individual planner, how to make that happen. And the data and technology specialists are there to unlock that insight. So as long as you are uncovering new insight around audiences, as long as you're uncovering the truth of behaviours amongst audiences that clients are interested in or could potentially be interested in, then you're doing your job at Hearts&Science. And the other kind of practical thing that underpins that is everything that we do, all the coding that we develop, is shared instantly globally. I mean, everything's portable because we're based on algorithms and mathematics. You can send that to any market. You can have a discussion with the guys in the Nordics or Germany or the US, anywhere where we have a capability, and it's a common language. It's you know, it's the language of maths, you could argue, on the kind of technical level, but on an emotional level, it's the language of audiences. So that's our currency.
And as CEO, then, how do you, because that's quite technical stuff, right? And you know, we talk quite a lot on Media Snack about, you know, the complexity of media, and often agencies kind of making things really complicated, and that's sometimes overwhelming for marketers, not because they don't get it, they just sometimes you know, they lose their patience with it, frankly. How do you balance that? So you're very kind of technical, data savvy, perhaps even quite a nerdy, the back of the agency, if you like, or back, you know what I mean? As CEO, how do you then bring marketers into that and make it accessible and simple and all that kind of stuff that they really want?
Well, you know, to use something that feels quite hackneyed, it's the day in life, isn't it? But it's a true picture of that. So that's the way that you make it accessible and easy and straightforward, is you can compare and contrast the people's everyday lives and interactions with a brand or a service or whatever you want to call it, versus what it should be or what it could be.
Yeah.
And when you put it in those terms, it becomes very, very straightforward. And then when clients want to know how it's possible, that's when you get into the nerdy technology bit. But you're right, we are quite nerdy. We do love it. So we have to keep reiterating, what do you know that's different around the consumer? How can you offer advantage to the client and focus on that resolutely? You know, people get fascinated by their own complexity, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Are you looking at me then? Yeah. Okay. And how is this different? Because, you know, again, when, you know, the launch 2 years ago now, right? When P&G shifted their business and it got a lot of attention, it was kind of being, it was held up as being somewhat, you know, maybe a future model for media agencies, and perhaps, you know, with P&G's endorsement of, or implied endorsement, or maybe explicit endorsement of that, and subsequently in At&T and other businesses in the US. Is this the future of media agencies? Is that what it feels like? Does it feel distinctly different? Because you've worked at other agencies as well.
Yeah, I think it's the future of marketing. I don't think it's the future of media. I mean, it is as well, but for me, the fact that media environments offer insight that affect the management of the brand and affect the way that brands are perceived and reacted to by consumers is the opportunity. That also enables you to do a much better job of media planning and buying as well, because you understand the relative value, if you like, of a placement or a context or a reaction, and ultimately you can use that to change your media schedule or to understand the value of a spot in a different way than the broadcaster does, which is also a massive advantage to clients. So I absolutely believe it's the future of brand management, I guess, or business management. I can see how this would be relevant in a boardroom. I can see how telling a CEO the truth of how a credit card is actually being used by its consumer base is a value.
Yeah.
And then alongside that, how that's then utilised to optimise a media schedule or decide whether or not you should create content versus making an advert or change your CRM approach is valuable.
Yeah.
So that's what we're in to do, and I think that's what P&G see, honestly, and I think that's what At&T see as well. It's integration. It's about the flow of information at the end of the day. Being geeky, the flow of information about customers and potential customers and how you can manage that.
And as you grow, when you're staffing up, where are you pulling people from? Is that just from inside the group? Are you hiring from other media agencies or different skill sets?
The most important thing is the attitude, as always, isn't it? It's people who are free thinking and want to investigate their hunches. You know, it's kind of common sense in a way, isn't it, to say, I don't want to look at just TGI, I want to look into what someone's actually been purchasing through Yahoo, and how can I do that? And if you're in an environment that doesn't allow you to do that, then come and find an environment that does allow you to do that, which is ours. We obviously hire a lot of marketing scientists, statisticians, guys that can write algorithms, guys that can create simple interfaces that either our guys can use or we could literally just give to clients. So we do actually build almost like software as a service as well. So if clients want tools where they can put in their data and read it for themselves, they can do that. So we're all about facilitation, so I need to hire people that can facilitate my people as well as clients, and then the guys in the room, brilliant. Media people, brilliant. CRM people, brilliant. Account planners, brilliant. I'll have all of them. We just want to come up with better ideas and solutions.
Good. Excellent. Well, thank you for popping by. Best of luck with it. I know it's still kind of early days.
Yes.
So best of luck, and thanks for joining us on MEETs.
Thank you. Well done.
Cheers.